Soapy, clean fragrances really do go together with springtime like peanut butter and jelly. They are just perfect for each other. This hot weather and just smelling nice, clean, and refreshing, that's exactly how you want to smell on a hot day. One of the most well-known Neroli-based fragrances is none other than Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. Now, I don't own that fragrance simply because of the poor performance and the extremely high price tag. It is a very high-quality smelling fragrance nonetheless. However, I just don't see it being worth it, especially at its current pricing. Now, there are definitely a few Neroli Portofino clones out there. Maison Alhambra's Porto Neroli has been a really relatively accessible alternative to the Neroli Portofino, but we got a new one, at least to me. This one is from the house of Wataniah, and this one is Lazuli. So is this stuff good enough to replace their original, and is it worth the $40 or so that you're gonna spend on this? Stick around, make yourself comfortable, and let's jump right in. Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Eli with Common Sense, and it is great to have you watching this video. Today, we're going to be looking at a fragrance from the house of Wataniah, and again, this one is Lazuli. This fragrance came out in 2020, and I don't remember seeing it until relatively recently. People have been reviewing it, and I feel like it's only popped up on my radar within the past few months. This little sleeve on the outside looks absolutely amazing. It's got a really cool blue and kind of teal marbled look to it. It's really rich, deep, and it has a nice little reflective coating on it, so it's almost like a translucent vibe. Unfortunately, it is kind of hard to get out of here. You really have to go in centimeter at a time or so. Got a really cool magnetic clasp system that kind of houses the fragrance bottle in here. And speaking of the fragrance bottle, get a load of how amazing this looks. It's a deep, rich blue that really just looks refreshing, especially for the summer heat. I am a sucker for blue and gold together, and I love the look of this bottle. Atomizer check. Wonderful atomizer, and oh my god, does this stuff smell refreshing. It smells like freshly squeezed lemon, almost like you just took a nice sip of lemonade on a hot summer day. You also got some bergamot, mandarin orange, and bitter orange up top, so it's gonna smell like a citrus blast, a citrus juicy quality, and it is so refreshing. I've been wearing this one quite a lot within the past couple of weeks, and I gotta say, it smells absolutely heavenly for the first 2 or 3 hours when those citruses are extremely juicy and effervescent. And of course, because of the name, you get a ton of neroli and orange blossom in here, so it's gonna smell absolutely soapy, it's gonna smell creamy, it's gonna smell ultra clean, and just like a nice fresh bar of Italian soap. So whenever I smell this, I just love how it makes me feel refreshed, clean, and I love wearing this fresh out of the shower. So it really just does keep you smelling invigorating, and especially in this heat, smelling clean is definitely important. It's kind of crazy because I sprayed this one on side by side on my skin with the real Neroli Portofino, and it was almost identical. In fact, it was the closest Neroli Portofino clone or twist that I had ever smelled, even closer than Maison Alhambra's Porto Neroli. So I may do a clone battle in the future, so let me know in the comments if you want me to do that. But I gotta say, this one, in terms of the opening and the smell quality, this is the best I've smelled so far. You also have a green vegetal vibe from this, and I feel like that's coming from the neroli and maybe some petitgrain in there. And it kind of just smells like you're going into an orange and lemon orchard, just picking off the fruit fresh from the branch, and you get that kind of sticky stuff on there that just smells kind of tart, a little bit green. That's kind of what you get out of this one. As this starts to settle down, it definitely becomes a lot more creamy. Some of the musks come out, and it does have a nice bit of amber in the base. So there's going to be a little bit of warmth, but ultimately this is going to smell very aquatic, very fresh, and just extremely, extremely citrusy. Again, that lemon really does kind of jump off of your skin and off the tester strip, especially for the first few hours and even into the later on once it kind of settles down. But I really do just get some of that nice refreshing lemon juice out of this one. The quality of the citruses in here aren't very synthetic. They are very high quality smelling, and I don't know what kind of budget they have when they're sourcing some of these fragrance aroma oils, but they got some high quality stuff in here, not gonna lie. Performance-wise, this is a 12-hour fragrance. It is very strong for the first 2 to 3 hours, and I feel like you can go nose blind to this one, similar to the original Tom Ford Neroli Portofino, except maybe the original one, it doesn't last quite as long, and it really is a skin scent by about the first hour or so, at least on my skin. This one, it's about 2 to 3 hours before it starts to get a little bit more subtle, but in terms of longevity, it still stays really strong, and you can still smell it on your clothes 12 hours later. It's faint, but you can still smell it nonetheless. Again, when comparing this one to the original Tom Ford, it blows it out of the water in terms of longevity, but because they are using a lot of the kind of fresher, more delicate notes, especially the citrusy ones, those do tend to evaporate a little bit quicker, and they tend to stick a little bit closer to the skin. So it's not really this brand in particular. It really is down to that kind of molecular level in the fragrance notes, but it still smells incredible all day. This one is gonna be perfect for the office, or if you want something, you know, to put on when you wash your car, run errands in the spring or the summertime. It's a little bit warmer, and I love wearing this one when I'm going out with friends, or we're going out to like farmers markets and stuff in town. This is kind of just an all-around clean, sporty summer fragrance that's going to be very inoffensive. It's relaxing, and again, it really is just a pick up and go fragrance. I would definitely pick this one up. I got it for about $35, and I would never pay the $295 for the 50 ml of Neroli Portofino, or even like the over 400 for the 100 ml at retail. It's just, it's insane. But this stuff, you can go crazy with the atomizer. It's very strong. You can just douse yourself in this all day and get another bottle in a couple months if you really, really want to soak yourself in it. Again, this is one of the longest lasting alternatives, not necessarily the best performing in terms of the bubble around you, but you still will leave that nice scent sillage trail around you when you walk around. Give this one a shot, and that one is Wataniah Lazuli. Have you tried this fragrance or any other fragrances from the house of Wataniah? This is actually my first, and I'm very curious to try some from their house. I've seen their bottles pop up. I've seen the name pop around on my YouTube feed and just kind of when browsing the Middle Eastern fragrance stores. So they have been on my radar. I just finally decided to pull the plug and get this one. But again, let me know down in the comments below if you've tried this one and if you're a fan like I am. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have an amazing day. Stay safe out there. I have been Eli with Common Sense, and until the next time, bye-bye. I can taste this in my tongue, in my nostrils. I blasted like 14 of these because I did multiple takes of the atomizer. Wow.